Get ready for a quick grid take.
All right, welcome everybody to this post-game edition of Talking Grid. I'm Jason Harwood, and with me is Jacob Litton. The game is just wrapped up. Got some quick thoughts on the game. I'm going to let you start off, Jacob, first. What overall thoughts, what we just saw?
Overall thoughts is that it was ugly, man. Obviously, this means nothing in terms of the regular season, but hoping to be more competitive, hoping to see more positive things in the preseason game. And there was really, a lot of negative, a lot of turnovers, a lot of misplayed balls, a lot of, just stupid mistakes to clean up, I would say. But overall thought for me is just, obviously not happy, not a very clean game. I'm sure Dan Campbell is not happy about it right now in the locker room. What about for you, though? First thought, what are your...
Well, you're disappointed. You want to see a little more. You want to see your players do a little bit more. I mean, than what we got to see. That's disappointing. A few things that we could hang our hats on that I liked, but overall, it's kind of disappointing. I know Hendon Hood threw the interception at the end and there, but I think that was pass interference. Kyle Allen did not look that great. Made a couple of good decisions, but those interceptions were terribly bad. Then Keeney James with the turnover, that was really bad. And then Stewart fumbling on the opening kickoff. It just started out bad and didn't get much better throughout the whole thing.
You might say, right. Bad start, bad middle, bad finish.
Yeah.
Bad.
Just bad. That's not a good combination, right?
That does not equal winning football.
No, it does not. What did you like?
Yeah, so I thought Craig Reynolds played really well. So I did like that. I like seeing Craig. I like seeing the offensive line work. They were able to make some holes for him. He was able to make some positive plays and keep some drives going. I liked what I saw out of Tesla and Lovett, both on special teams and also just out there as receivers. I know, Lovett, I think it was like the first target. He had the drop. Played really well by the defensive back, but you hopefully that you get that in. I don't really blame him for the pass interference thing. Tesla was targeted on one of Kyle Allen's interceptions, but that was just really a bad call by Kyle Allen. But I think overall, I liked what I saw out of the receivers. I liked what I saw out of Craig in the run game, early on. Who stood out to you, though? What did you like?
You kind of mentioned a little bit the offensive line. I really liked in the first and second quarter. Kyle Allen had time. The interceptions were not due to pressure. They were just, the first one was a very poor time throw. Second one was just a poor decision. But neither one of those, I don't think, were pressure induced. They were just, bad decisions. Craig, they gave him enough room, and, Craig's going to do what he could. He's going to get you what they block. And I think that Kyle Allen benefited from Craig getting first downs to elongate some of these drives so that Kyle Allen had a little more chances to pass than Hendon Hooker did. Hendon also, didn't have Tesla out there, which Tesla had two big plays, pretty much back to back, just long crossing routes that moved the lines down the field. I really wish that Kyle Allen would have put that ball he intercepted in a position that Tesla had a chance to fight for it. I just want to see that. I want to see how Tesla does in that situation. So I guess the offensive line, like you said, Craig looked good. Craig is solidifying that he's RB3 still. He, under no circumstances. And then when we were there on Monday and we watched him, doing special teams drills, he's outstanding in that spot too. So Craig, if you were ever worried about Craig maybe losing a spot in this team, I don't think you have anything to worry about. He's going to have it. Not that Vaki's in trouble either, but Craig is going to be RB3. I like what he, puts his foot in the ground, makes a decision and goes and gets the yards, holds on to the football. The rest of the team could not hold on to the football today, but he held on to the football. It was good. Disappointed in the defensive line. We did not get very much pressure at all.
Yeah, there were quite a few plays. The one we both noticed right away, the pushback that the offensive line was getting was unreal. We're not putting up much of a fight in the trenches for the most part.
Yeah, and even though you're backups, you still want them to be able to hold their ground. And you're talking like a guy like Broderick Martin, who just, obviously we're talking just back after the game, so we're not, we don't have the benefit of watching all these replays and stuff like that. But it looks like Broderick Martin just gets pushed back, and it's not a good look for a guy that's fighting for a spot on this roster.
Right. Absolutely. I will say out of the defensive backs, so I think that, Hallett only played briefly. Maurice Norris, I saw in on a couple plays. I thought that he did okay. Strickland and Kennelly, really, and I would say Dan Jackson too. They looked like they were playing hard. They were running in on the ball. I know Kennelly over pursued and kind of, gave up that touchdown there. Rocky Sin had a good game. He was only in early on. Rakestraw kind of up and down. I want to look at those a little bit closer. DiCaprio Boodle, I know, is a long shot to make the roster anyway. They kind of were picking on him a little bit. Did not really, there's a couple that are kind of hard plays to make. Those fades in the end zone are kind of hard, but the pass interference was not very good, and you don't want to be getting beat multiple times. So not a great game from him, but, overall, I like the effort out of the defensive backs. I like them crashing down. The linebackers, I think Ezekiel Turner played pretty hard too. He had a couple big hits. You already know it's not somebody that I rely on in pass coverage, but him closing in on the ball and everything. I thought that he played pretty well. As did Anthony Pittman. It seemed like he was pretty much everywhere on the field, always closing in on the ball. And then you got the newbie, Grant Stewart. We already talked about the fumble, but I mean, his play on the defense is as advertised, like high motor, high energy, sometimes to a fault, over pursuing or crashing down too quickly and not being in position. But he had that one play where he got the sack. I mean, he blitzes in, the running back upends him. He does a flip, and then he still hardly misses a step or two before he pops right back up and chases down Trey Lance. So that was good to see.
Hustle.
Right, which is expected of him. So, I mean, some positives, some negatives. I was making a list of some of the mistakes, some of the penalties and stuff we made. Trevor Nowaski was offsides twice. Actually, 3 times that we noticed. I'm not sure what that's about. The first time it was so blatantly offsides. He was basically in the backfield. I don't understand. I saw it as soon as he lined up. Yeah, they call it twice. You have Zylstra got called for a hold. The 2 interceptions by Kyle Allen were very bad. I mean, the one, he didn't really give it enough time for Tesla to even develop or to get it downfield. And then there was safety coverage. It just was not, it was something, a throw that never should have been made. The first interception, though, to Tom Kennedy breaks on an out route. The timing was way off. Took way too long for him to throw the ball, and the defensive back's able to jump that easily, which did not help with the end result, because how many turnovers did we have that, then they've got such a short field for the defense to play off of anyway. The picks were bad, but I mean, honestly, what I would put up there with the picks just as bad, or like bothers me just as much, was 3rd and short when Kyle Allen steps up and he's got a clear, not exactly clear, but he has a path to the first down. He's running. He has a path to the first down, and instead he decides to slide short, and then we've got a 4th down play when he could have dove forward, or at least, I know it's preseason. I know you don't want to take the hits and stuff like that. You could have dove, roll forward or something, anything but just sliding and giving yourself up before the first down, because the first down is attainable, and then you killed the drive. I did not like that. What were your thoughts on that play?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's not like he was about to get creamed, and I don't understand. You want to have him fight for that first down. Now, I guess your counter argument would be like, Hendon Hooker getting a concussion last year like he did, but I don't think he was at risk for that. I think at this point, you just dive forward. Like, just dive forward with the ball. Like, you got to know, especially as a quarterback, you should know where the first down marker is. I mean, so that's what bugs me about that, is that,
well, he had the other run. He had the other run where it's like, okay, he might not have gotten that. It was like 4th down. He had the ball tucked in his left side and does not extend for the first down out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get that either, too. You and I talked about it when we were doing live, is, I get it that he's got the ball in the left hand because you want to have it close to the sideline, but it was 4th down. You have to make sure, you have to get that first down or you're turning the ball over. I didn't get that either. I think the most bothersome for me in this game, the turnovers are really terrible, but kind of to be expected in the first first game a little, but the penalties, like Nowaski just lining up offsides blatantly, like twice, and then like the second time when he got called, the very next play you and I were watching, he lines up again offsides. They don't call it this time. That was terrible. We just had some silly penalties like the holdings. Zylstra got a hold early on. That stuff just needs to be cleaned up. It will be cleaned up. Am I worried about any of this extending to the regular season? No, not at all. What excited me the most is Tesla's crossing patterns, because you could see what it looks like if he gets in the open field. The guy's got speed. He's huge. He's got a huge target. I'm, obviously not ready to anoint him after one preseason game, but I could see, what he could unlock for this offense. Target that's really, really fast. We haven't had that, like a tall guy like that, just like a true X. We haven't had that in the Jared Goff offense. So I'm curious how that's going to work out.
Right. And on that play, where he was running deep, he wasn't going down easy either. He made sure to lower the shoulder a little bit and get a hit in right there. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, the first catch he had, he didn't just like gingerly walk out of bounds. He put his shoulder in and said, "Nope, I'm going to get my first hit in the NFL out of the way."
Yeah, he had three targets, 2 catches for 46 yards for Tesla. Obviously not jumping out, but I mean, I think that it was impactful. It was good to see him out there. Also on special teams, we talked about him live too. Him and Lovett as the gunners out there, we're both able to break through and get down and make impactful plays on punt. So I mean, a Tesla, the one he fought through both of them and was full sprint down there and forced the fair catch in deep in their own territory. So
yes.
I liked seeing that, and I think the team probably likes that too. If we're looking at what receivers to keep, it goes a long way if you're able to show out on special teams as well.
Yeah, I was happy that they let Tesla play the whole first half too, because I was wondering, with Ratledge and Tyleek not playing, how long are they going to let Tesla play? And I mean, I don't think Tesla is as vital to this offense as Tyleek and Tate are at this point in the in the season or whatever. So it was neat. So last night, Inside the Den come out. I know you watched it. One thing that I thought was very telling in that was Dan Campbell said after drafting Tesla, is like, and we can use him right now. So that tells me that they've been looking for this type of receiver or something they have a plan for him in this offense right now. So even if he is wide receiver 5, that at some point, they'll have a package for him or they'll have some plays, which I'm excited about after seeing what his crossing patterns and just seeing him in the open field.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be hard to cover.
Yeah. And if he's on special teams, that means he's going to be active. If he is able to do the gunner role or any of the special teams roles, if he's able to do that, that'll get him active on the active roster game day, and then obviously afford him a chance to get into the game and just, be either the big slot or play X, however that works out. But I'm excited after Dan Campbell said that and just seeing how they use them today. It's exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that we had circled that we wanted to see, was to see how these receivers looked. And I think, we saw that. It was disappointing to me. Well, obviously what we're assuming is that next game, Hendon Hooker is probably going to get the first half, and Hooker is going to get the chance with Tesla, Lovett, get to show what he's got a little bit more with the better offensive line. I mean, regardless, it's disappointing when Hooker plays the whole second half and finishes with 6 pass attempts. And I mean,
yes.
they were getting pressure on him. Was that true pressure, or was he seeing ghosts and feeling more pressure than was necessary and kind of taking off a little early? It felt like he was running and scrambling a whole lot back there. Hooker finishes three completions on 6 attempts, 18 yards, and that interception. The interception, I mean, you take it for what you will. It's the end of the game. He's got a 4th down. He's got to throw it deep and make something happen. So I'm not reading too much into that, but I mean, the whole second, Kyle Allen's 9 of 14. Hooker in the second half, 3 of 6.
But even on that play, if Lovett catches that cleanly, like if he's not interfered, he catches that cleanly. He has it in his hand. The defender took it apart. It's not like the Kyle Allen throw where he just threw it
right,
basically right to the safety. So I'm not
I mean, the defender had
I'm not going to kill him.
two hands on each one of Lovett's arms, and one of them was pulling the arm away as he was trying to get to the ball. So
right, and that's why he didn't catch it cleanly. So
right.
I'm not going to knock Lovett or anything like that. And I also get it's the end of the preseason. They're not going to, although they called Boodle for a pass interference on a very similar type play. Not to.
It's probably that same ref that called a touchdown when the Chargers receiver did not have either foot inbounds.
Yes, it's the preseason for everyone, as we were saying during the live stream. That was particularly bad. That was kind of embarrassing to be honest with you.
What's embarrassing is when your other ref has to come up behind you and be like, "That's okay, buddy. You got that one wrong."
On his back. Yeah, he got puts. Well, it's almost as similar as Vinovich calling intentional grounding when Craig Reynolds was standing right there.
Yeah,
and
right.
You saw
and the other refs trying to run in.
Said, the line judge is like, "Hey, there's a guy right there." And Vinovich is like, "I got this. How intentional grounding." Yeah, and then they quickly reverse it. I don't even know if that's like an eye in the sky can reverse that or not. Probably not. One thing we kind of glossed over that you said that we needed, like Rockyason had. I mean, I don't know about coverage. We haven't watched too much. He didn't let anything really go up, but it's the run game. Like him putting his body out and he stopped the guy short on third down and also at the goal line. I mean, that's going to be on a good tape. Dan Campbell's going to have that as like, this is what you need to do to make this team.
Definitely. I mean, he just got a small taste of it, but he made the most of it when he was out there for sure. He was impactful. I think the first punt team was a gunner as well. Yeah, no, I really liked what I saw out of Rockyason.
Yeah, I would say early on, I've been pretty impressed from the two camps that I went and watched him play. And then with this game, I mean, he's exceeded my expectations of what we got when we signed him.
I would agree with that.
I mean, not that it was sky high or anything like that, but he's repping higher than I thought. Another thing that I know Rakestraw maybe didn't play that well, but I was happy that he was out there. I mean, to me, that was a win. Just getting him on the field, getting him reps. Because when we saw him on Monday, he didn't even do the full practice, and you could tell that he was still hurt. I'm sure he's still not feeling that great in this game, and maybe that, could explain some of his play, but at the end of the day, he's out there and he needs reps. And then he was getting special teams reps too. We saw him out there with special teams.
Right, even in the second half. And we did not get the benefit of seeing replays of most of these plays. I mean, he had the illegal hands of the face penalty. He had the one where we had a single high safety and kind of like seemed like he got beat instantly. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but a couple things to clean up. It is the first week of preseason, and he's somebody who did not get much work last year.
I know. It was preseason for everyone, as we're saying, because the broadcast was, for my own personal taste, left a lot to be desired. I wanted to see some more replays, and it feels like we even missed some plays totally. To watch Jared Allen fiddle with his earpiece, I don't need to watch these guys when they're talking. I can just, it's cool. It's Hall of Fame week, and I get it. We want it, hear from the Hall of Famers, but I don't need to
I
see
think
them.
It should have been pregame or downtime, or like you said, like maybe they could talk, but we don't have to see. You're right. Allen and Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates took his earpiece out, and they were like, let's still show him for like another 15, 20 seconds, just standing here while we talk about it.
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
He's watching the game. I want to watch the game.
Exactly. It was awkward all the way around, and have him in the booth. I don't get it. It just doesn't. The whole thing just irked me. But
overall, just not a good night.
No,
a few positives to be taken. Just overall, not great. But we've got the benefit of this being the extra preseason game for us too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like just an extra practice, essentially. It's just a practice that everybody in the country get to see us have 5 turnovers and look like crap. But I think Chris Collinsworth said at the end of the broadcast, he's like, these aren't the Lions that are going to be playing for the most, for the large amount. So they did interview Hutch during the game. That was great to see him out there. It's good. Yeah, it was all right. It's great to see Lions football. We got another a week. Is it next Saturday they play the Falcons? So a week and 2 days, and we'll get to see another game. So hopefully they've cleaned up a lot of this stuff, and we get to see Hooker out there you could definitely tell his Hooker's arm is better than Allen. He's just much stronger. Like on that out route that he threw the pick six, like if you throw, Hooker probably has that out earlier and, much harder so that they can't jump that route because it was just laid up there for the pick six.
Hopefully. I mean, Hooker had a bad throw too, that the safety was not able to dive in and get the pick because that would have been bad, but we'll see.
That was a particularly bad. Yeah. That always makes me wonder if like someone was cutting over the middle and fell or something like that. There was another play that Allen had that Lovett just fell to.
Yeah.
I like what I saw. Lovett, had some, to be expected, had some drops, but he played pretty well. And then, like I said, Tesla. So we're good. The offensive line was good. And we'll see how it goes next game. The next practice is Saturday, and they're doing a walkthrough. And then Sunday's the very next practice. So hopefully we see Kirby out there because he's been out for like 3 straight practices. Rian pulled up in the scrimmage game, which we haven't heard anything about. So hopefully he's back. And then, hopefully we start to see more Avaki, and then we get some Avaki in the Atlanta game.
I believe Decker is supposed to be practicing back pretty soon too.
We got to see him out there running a little bit, doing, just different type of drills on the, he had his jersey on. So he's getting ready. Obviously, we won't see him in any of the preseason games, but, he's going to need to get his work in, especially with this new offensive line. So that'll be good. Anything else from the game that I thought was interesting, or?
I'm good, man. Ready to move on.
Yep. Yes. I was ready to move on very early on in this game. Just the mistakes that were being made. But, at least we got football. We'll move on. And, I think we are going to be back. We're going to record. We're going to go to practice on the 6th. So we're either going to record that night or the 7th. So we'll have it out, and then we'll just preview the Falcons game. So no podcast this Monday, but we'll record after we actually go to see practice on Wednesday. So for Jacob, I'm Jason. Good night and go Lions.